You get to fucking travel, you get to move around, like you want to complain and be a loser, like.
But not only are you not getting paid, but you're losing out on money.
That's what I'm saying, they're not getting paid.
And then maybe most of them, if they're that, like a lot of them probably have already been there, maybe.
Fair enough, some of them are on freelance accounts, but I'm sure if you're working for like a credible publication and you got like the opportunity of a lifetime to go there and get paid for it, like, you know, just everything hooked up in a sense.
They're not even getting like any kind of special access or anything. It's
like security is not letting them to be, well, I read something Rolling Stone wrote, security is not even letting them be near, like they'll stop you, like you can't be around them. And it's just show to show, same show. Somebody wrote the only different thing is, hey, welcome to Paris, welcome to Germany, welcome to, like, that's the only thing different in the tour. That's what I'm saying, like, have they ever been on a tour?
Yeah, same show, like, I don't know, like, how, like, I wouldn't say it's ungrateful, because I understand, like, somebody, like, after a while, you're seeing the same thing over and over, it gets a little mundane to you.
How long was this whole thing?
Since last Wednesday or something like that, and Wednesday, like, I think it ends or something, or culminates then. I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on that, but it's just on some shit where it's just like, alright, you know, like, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. It's the fucking industry.
If you signed up to be a part of something like that, you just gotta be ready to be able to deal with anything. Like, what were you signing up for? Did you know you were gonna be part of 200 reporters going on tour with Rihanna for 7 days? I mean, what were you expecting? To be by yourself, one-on-one coverage with Rihanna for an hour? People gotta be realistic with certain things. I just think, like, Rihanna knew what she was getting herself into, and they knew what they were getting themselves into. You'll be alright.
They're talking about, though, like you said, Elliot Wilson was there, Nicole. These are people like that do some sort of journalism every day to a certain degree. So something like you're gonna need a week of my time for me to go experience this tour, and then I'm not getting the experience. You just put me in a hotel room and I'm just sitting there and I'm waiting and it's just stuff, what I'm getting as far as information. But like if that is the case, then these are people that have things to do. It's like a week of their time. Who's taking care of my kids in that meantime? You know, who's taking care of whatever? You know, I'm going for 7 days.
All that, that's plea coppage. Because if you were excited, you made those plans before, a week ago. Like, oh yeah, we'll Skype.
They're like, oh, bet I'm about to go be with Rihanna.
I'm gonna go on Twitter. I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna get more retweets. I'm gonna get more followers. I'm gonna turn up for Rihanna. Hashtag Rihanna playing.
Exactly.
All this and that. Now all of a sudden, because you're not eating lobster and they got you some, you know, some Sweden McDonald's instead.
The journalists kind of signed up to be a part of something where they weren't going to be the main, you know, concern or whatever. I think it was just so that they could be witnesses to something that's going on and to document that. So they got what they signed up for.
I think they are eating lobster. They're saying they're in the finest hotels. It's Coach, but that's cool. Nicole,
but they're in the finest hotels, right?
What's the point?
5-star? Like top-star hotels.
Yeah,
so they thought they were gonna be internationally. They're getting their passport stamped by the courtesy of Rihanna and her team. They're getting their passport stamped. So you gotta think, out of the 200, let's just give or take. Let's say 150 of them are new, you know, like journalists or like experienced journalists who never had the budget to travel, and they're getting to see these places right now. Though it's not at the best ideal situation, but they're still getting the access to go.
The only luxury is a stamp on my passport.
They don't even get to take a simple photo or anything, like seeing these places.
We're not working. We're not working. We're sitting around because it's 200 of them, and 200 people doing the same thing. So I feel like they're getting treated like just people standing around, move in the way, get out. Like
I think probably certain promises were made that weren't kept. I know no real journalist is going to waste their time going on something just to sort of get a free trip out of it. And if they were promised something and they didn't get it, then yeah, they have every right to complain all they want. But you know, I think a little reality check is in order, and you have to know that if you're one of 200 people that's being flown across the world to go hang out with Rihanna, that you're probably not going to get any real one-on-one time with them.
We're in the digital age now, right? We have these things called mobile hotspots, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, why can't like just one person or a few of them, if they feel like they're really losing that much productivity in their day, bring their own mobile hotspot, set it up internationally, call their little hotline or whatever for cell phones, and just work with that. I think the journalists need to like man up. And I say that like the nicest way possible. Like, come on, you guys got a free trip. You guys need to chill. Like, please, just chill, relax. Like, it may not be the best, but it is something, you know? Make lemonade out of the sour lemons. Not really sour lemons, they're still kind of sweet though. Like, you know, like, you're getting to travel. Like,
I don't want to believe Elliot Wilson went all the way over there without an itinerary of what's going to go happen and what's going to go happen.
And I'm sure there was.
I'm sure they will.
You know, it's beyond just like him solely and stuff like that. It's just like in general, like the scope of it. I understand that it's an arduous schedule, and maybe Rihanna wants to kind of give him a peek into her life, like what she deals with. Like, yo, sometimes like this shit may seem all cool, like yeah, it's a grand hotel, 5-star and stuff, but like yo, I don't even have time to sleep. I have to get up and go also. She has to perform. They're not performing. Right. You know what I mean? Like she's performing every night, 7 days, different cities, different countries.
You can't expect to feel special if you won the 200.
Yeah.
You can't expect it.
I'd have just been shopping. I would have went in, checked in, found a check-out place without swiping or something. I'd have shopped. I'd have been happy to have these passports stamped. I'd have tweeted. I'd pretended to be working, covering things, and I'd have still been making money on my blogs and on my sites and stuff. Get over it.
What were they promised in order to come?
Nothing. They just say come out, you get to fly out, you get to travel 7 cities.
Nitty just hit the nail on the coffin right there. She said, what were they promised? You weren't promised anything but a great time and an experience. That's what you're getting.
They
didn't say we'll give you
We don't know.
Paid vacation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's not. I've been on tour with an artist before. The shit, I didn't even perform and I was tired. It's not fun.
It's not
They
fun.
do all press all day, then they do a whole bunch of shows. It's a whole bunch of sit, wait. Then you watch the same shit. Then you don't
Same
sleep.
thing over and over.
The party is not even fun because you're so tired from the whole day.
After the 4th like show day, people start to get annoyed with each other, like the whole crew.
So imagine
like
200 motherfuckers trying to get one story.
Sharing that one hotspot you talking about, if they can find the hotspot.
Yeah.
You in another country, that shit's another story.
I think it's a tad bit ungrateful because you're going to 7 countries. I get it, it's in 7 days, but you knew that before you signed up for the tour. And it could be very tiresome, I understand it, but you still got 7 new stamps on your passport. So either way it goes, it's a dope experience. And everyone was saying that Rihanna, like they didn't have any interaction with her, but she couldn't sit down with all 200 of the journalists to get this full inside scoop. So I think the expectations were a bit high, but at the end of the day, when you sit back and think about it, it's a story you can tell your kids. Like I went on tour, the #1 pop store, to 7 different countries and seen 7 concerts. So I had the chance to go to the New York show, and I think Rihanna did a great job, and she's a fabulous superstar. But the stuff that went on the plane was really an experiment, and the journalists were saying that I feel like we were their test, like we were their experiment. So we started finding news stories within each other.
The question is, what do their blogs look
the
like?
True Life tour, like yo, you get a meal ticket. Like yeah, we're gonna take this to a tour life. Like you guys wanna see what it's like?
It's not meant to be
Yeah, it's
glamorous.
not-
It's like if you want to live the tour life with Rihanna, this is the
tour life,
with Rihanna.
yo.
Like this is what
And they're
it
getting
is.
hooked up because they have hotels. They don't even share bunks. Like people sleep on floors. Like people like pack up in a van.
Where they are sharing rooms and shit like that, it's even shittier.
You think so? You really think so?
I didn't know there was 200.
We would have known that
I thought it
for
was like a
sure. We
select
would have known that for sure. That would have hit.
200 is a lot of egos.
Oh my God! I mean, she should have done a dorm experiment too, like where she had like one from like let's say what is it, Bloomberg, like hang out with somebody from Billboard or something. Like they're both music writers. Yeah, like yo, really make it a collegiate type of experience where it's like, oh my God, like this is so cool. We both are here for Rihanna. This is awesome.
I think they might
And see how real things get.
Because you gotta get certain.
That's what I would
like. I'm from a higher
Now,
caliber.
journalists are celebrities now.
Y'all not telling me Elliot Wilson went over there without an itinerary. Now, Elliot Wilson's not going over there without an itinerary.
Here's the thing, so a lot of writers or bloggers or like different people that are in that field, like sometimes, I mean, you work in radio too, people come up to me like, oh, are you celebrity? Let me say, I talk to them, I interview them, but I'm not an artist. I just work with them. A lot of these bloggers are now personalities. They're celebrities, so they're probably thought, ooh, they didn't even know it was 200.
Thank you.
They thought maybe 10.
Thank you, Val. A lot of these bloggers just suddenly got reminded what their role is in this industry. They report and they document the culture. They are not artists, they are not celebrity taunts, they are not stars. They have their own brands, which is cool, and I'm glad. I'm good. I'm happy to see people prosper. But yo, you are what you are. If I'm gonna play center in basketball, what's my position? I'm Dwight Howard in the paint. If somebody's gonna be point guard, somebody's gonna play Chris Paul, that's Chris Paul. You pass him the ball, he's gonna shoot it, Like so it's just like, yo, Rihanna's the point guard.
Right to be angry?
They don't really. I don't think so. At least, shit.
I still think it goes back to what were they promised. I'm sure every journalist, to a certain degree, expects a little one-on-one time with her for a story to some degree, right?
And was there
You're right.
contractually, you know what I mean? Was it like you're?
No, I think out of goodwill, if Rihanna's personally invited, because you remember there's so many media, like, you know, members of the media out here that didn't get the opportunity to fly with them.
Right.
I think that they should have a schedule where Rihanna has an interview with each person who's there.
So maybe that's
200 people.
No, that is hard.
But over the course of
schedule
7
by
days,
the
it can be done. Though.
So maybe
Of course, the 7 days.
Over the course of 7 days, it can be done. But
team A, B, C, D.
So maybe it's safe to say that they didn't organize efficiently, so that everybody.
Or what they could have done is had a press conference, a pre-show press conference, and after-show press conference at the venue.
But I'm sure a press
and
conference
pull it by
happened.
cruise.
But I don't think that was the point. I don't think a press conference was the point of flying 200. But you thought that was a good idea.
It's sloppy at this point. We're gonna invite 200 people to come. It's sloppy.
200 superstars. Superstar writers from across the world.
DK superstars, like you know, not all of them are, and some really think they are.
I mean, it's the cream of the crop.
It is. It's supposed to be, absolutely. But like I said, that's a lot of ego. That's a lot of ego involved. Like, why is this person here?
So now, Rihanna, does she become the bad guy? Is it her fault?
Yeah,
Is it label's fault?
Yeah.
Rihanna just becomes what she always been.
It's all good press.
Crazy.
The album dropped on today. She's good money.
Rihanna will still remain who she always is. You see that album cover. You see the GQ cover. She is crazy. She is sexy. She's fly.
She is living life right now. She's back with Chris Breezy. She's got the album out. She's good.
Is he on tour with her?
Punch Drunk Love. That's the name of that.
How many cities did he come out to?
Rihanna's fan base, they understand that she's a monster, and as much as the reporters may want to write bad things about her, her fans are still gonna be her fans. She'll be alright.
If I would have went out there, I'd have found some other things to talk about. I would have, with the bands, the cost, like find something to do while you're out there.
Like while I'm out there, interview a fan from different, like, man, like it's so easy. It's Rihanna. We're only talking about one of the biggest pop superstars. If you're really feeling like your time is that much like occupied, I would have thought smart. The internet is your friend now. You have so many people from around the world. So you went to Sweden. You know somebody from Sweden is gonna RT your shit. Yo, how are you, buddy? What's up? How big of a fan are you?
You have a day in that country, but you get there like at 7 in the morning. You have a day to get your shit figured out.
Email interview, quick, congenial questions like, yo, what makes you like Rihanna so much? And build a story from there.
You never know. The country will make that rising. Countries like at 3 in the morning.
It's not fun. I feel you. I know. Mentally, it's exhausting. That's what I'm saying. But if you have the fortitude to do it, you would do it. Straight up. If
you have the time, opportunity,
if you have the mental capacity to really put yourself to do it, you will do it. Is that fair enough to say?
Yes. If you're not that exhausted.
Can you do it every day for 7 days?
Come on, the Hangar Tour. Like Hov, he did this like kind of. It wasn't the same exact thing, but it was almost a little bit like the same thing with the airplane tour, going to different cities and stuff.
How long was that tour?
I can't remember.
Tour means that. Tour means do the
His
same
shit was like
shit
5
to
days.
everybody
Jay-Z don't
else.
never lose, man.
I
love Jay-Z. Jay-Z don't never lose.
One day. So he's got to suck it up for one day.
Give me one time Jay-Z's ever lost.